Good morning, Yankees universe. Welcome back to another episode of the Yankees Morning Brew on this Tuesday, May 28th. Like always, I'm your guy Hector, joined by my compañeros this morning. I got my guy TC Stills, and I got the one and only, the lovely Grace Monroe. Fellas, folks, how we doing this morning?
Feeling good. I like late games. I know y'all hate it on the East Coast, but in the Central, I kind of dig it. The Central time zone, I like it.
What about you, TC? You're out there on the West Coast. You digging these West Coast games? More your time?
Yeah, I love it. I like watching games at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, when on the East Coast, but 6:45 a game, I think that's fine. I'm probably going to check out one of these games. Probably not today, but maybe tomorrow, Thursday. Can't wait. I'm going to try to hook up with Lorenzo. If Lorenzo's in the chat, Lorenzo, hit me up.
Shout out to Enzo. Shout out our friend Enzo. Let me do a real roll call real quick before we continue. Shout out my guy, El Don Sicario is in the building. Roberto, how you doing, my guy? Big time. Jerry Cadill's in the morning. Big fella, how you doing? Sean Browning is in the building. Our friend Scar AK-47 is in the building. Haven't seen you in a minute. Hope all is well. Javier Velez is in the building. Our guy Big Lou is in the building. FJ's in the building with a happy Tuesday, folks. Happy Tuesday. Yeah. God bless everybody who's in the building. And, of course, young guy Jacob Petruzzi's in the building. Salute to everybody. Javier Velez, can't forget about you, my guy. Shout out to my guy Javier Velez. Javi was on the show for the first time. Appreciate you, Javi, jumping onto the open panel. Great takes. My friend Ciara's in the building. Shout out to Ciara. Sean Carpenter's in the building. Good morning, my guy. Salute to you. Of course, my guy Frank Rivera. And then we got Damian Serrano. Damian, let me know if you got the link for the StreamYard. If not, I'll send it to you right now, Dame, so you could join us as well. But folks, we got to talk about it, right? New York Yankees, we were able to take 2 out of 3 in San Diego. I know we had the lead in the last game. I get it. I know we get frustrated when errors or when bullpen arms, the leaser of our top relievers come in for the game. I get it. I understand that, right? But Grace, toss it over to you first. Let's get your reflections on the weekend and then toss it over to TC. And then I'll give my take as well. So shout out to the chat. Go ahead, Grace.
I just want to say one thing right off the bat here, okay? Just let me get this off my chest right now. All weekend, and I don't know if Erica's in the chat, but all weekend I said to myself, on Tuesday on the pod, I'm not going to say one negative thing about Gleyber Torres. I'm not even going to open my mouth to say one thing sideways to this man on Tuesday. And I'm going to dedicate the podcast on Tuesday to Erica. Because Erica, she's always getting on me that I'm giving Gleyber Torres too hard of a time. And I was like, you know what? For my girl Erica, whom I love, let me just keep this man's name out my mouth on Tuesday. And then he went and did what he did. And I can't keep his name out my mouth. Okay, Erica, I'm sorry. I apologize to you right off the top of this hour. I got to say, I'm sorry for what I'm about to say.
No, listen, I think you're echoing most Yankee fans at the moment. Go ahead, Grace, you can finish. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we're all, I can't speak for everyone, but I want to say that I feel like collectively we're all nearing the grace point. The Grace Monroe, Gracie Steinbrenner, whatever point of just being done, just ready to move on. Like, we got to make a change. I don't know what it is, but we got to do something different. Continuing to repeat the same thing, definition of insanity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Doing the same thing, expecting a different result. Like, it ain't working, you know?
Yeah.
And I hear people all over, content creators and everybody say, well, if he could get going, if, and I'm like, if. If ifs and buts were candies and nuts, we'd all have a Merry freaking Christmas. You know what I mean?
That's a fact, Grace.
But you know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, we have to do something else. Even Aaron Boone, the nicest guy who we're always slamming for never calling, not slamming, but we're always frustrated that, he doesn't call out his players. He doesn't, whatever. He is to the brink where he's like, yeah, you got to make that play. This is Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
Even Aaron Boone is there, y'all.
Yeah.
Like, how many times are we going to see him cost us innings, cost us games, get thrown out on the base path for bonehead plays? I mean, come on, y'all. I know I'm not alone. Please.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
I think you are. I know there's a lot of Yankee fans out there that been sharing your same feelings on Twitter or the Elon Musk machine, as they call it right now. Go ahead, TC. Let's get your take on the weekend, and also to Grace's point about our friend Gleyber Torres.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great weekend. Friday night was great, 8-0. Judge, Stanton, Soto all homered. It was going great. The next day, Judge again homered. We won. The pitching has been phenomenal. Again, on Sunday, the pitching, phenomenal. Stroman, was it Stroman on Sunday?
Yes.
Who was it? Yeah. I mean, 6 innings. I mean, nothing. You just giving up nothing. We had the lead. Everything's great. We're going for the sweep. And then here we go again with Gleyber. And I knew it. Once he did the nonchalant, to the side, missed the ball. I'm like, here we go. This is it inning. This is the big inning that's going to come. And sure enough, it happened. I mean, like Grace, I'm done with him too. I mean, the guy should have been benched a month ago. I mean, it's unfortunate we don't have guys to replace him, but with DJ coming back, I think DJ should slot right into second base. Don't move Cabrera at all. And Gleyber should have some fun on the bench. That's where he belongs for a while. And I'm tired of it. This is a series to just say, you know what? We're not putting up with this anymore.
I just want to say really quick, TC, I want to say it was Schmidt on Sunday, not Stroman. My bad.
Schmidt.
Yeah,
okay,
it was Schmidt. It was Schmidt.
So go ahead. I'm sorry. I just want to interject there.
Yeah, no worries. No, I mean, again, like you said too, getting picked off on the bases. He makes so many mistakes that lead to our losses. If you go back to the big loss we had against the Mariners, where we had 4-1 in the little throwing area. I mean, all his mistakes, the teams are capitalizing on. And these are just, fundamental mistakes. Easy, just he's just something's wrong mentally with him.
Yeah.
He's not all there. It's affecting his hitting as well. His hitting isn't as good. I mean, he's coming around, of late, but
he's got a mental block, I think.
Yeah, he needs to be benched. Sorry, Aaron Boone, you got DJ LeMahieu back. I know he's not, 2019 DJ or 20 DJ, but he's better defensively than Gleyber Torres. Yeah. And that's what we need to fix right now.
The thing is,
when you look at it right now, I'll throw it over to you, Grace. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Also, we got over 70 people in the building rocking with us right now. If you guys don't mind, please smack the like button, hit the subscribe button. We are at like a little bit over 500 on the reactions. If you guys can, smack the emojis, smack the reactions on the side of the chat. For those that want to participate in the open panel, I'm not dropping the link to the open panel until we get to 10,000 reactions on the emojis. So if you guys want to jump on the open panel, smack the emojis, hit the interaction so we can get it up to 10,000. I'll drop the link, the link for the open panel. But for me, when it comes to Gleyber Torres, I think we've reached a point, and shout out to everybody that's in the chat. My guy Rich Rivera, we was talking about it last night. We've reached a point that of no return, right? It doesn't matter what Gleyber Torres does for the rest of the year, because he could go on a streak of hitting 350, right, for the rest of the season. And in September, if he has an error, he's going to get blamed for costing us the game. So it doesn't matter what he does. I think he's at the point that he can't win back any Yankee fans from his play. And to be fair, Sunday's game, it wasn't just Gleyber Torres. If Anthony Rizzo could fill the ball at first base, we're not even talking about that Gleyber Torres era. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, you're right.
You gotta be able to be objective across the board. So if we're pointing out Gleyber Torres for his era, if we're pointing out Gleyber Torres for his hitting, we got to talk about Anthony Rizzo, because Anthony Rizzo's numbers against left-handed pitching is god-awful. Anthony Rizzo's numbers with runners in scoring position is god-awful. Anthony Rizzo is the second worst defender on this team behind Gleyber Torres. So I understand the frustrations when you look at Gleyber Torres. I get that. But if we're going to rip Gleyber Torres, you got to be able to have the same smoke for Anthony Rizzo. If not, it just seems like you're just picking on Gleyber Torres for the sake of just picking on him.
I totally agree with what you're saying, Hector. I am low-key worried about Anthony Rizzo, and I have been for a hot second. The only difference to me is the entire body of work. When you look at the entire body of work, Anthony Rizzo has deposited more into the bank for the Yankees fans, for the Yankees team. He's done more. He's contributed more over his tenure than Gleyber has. He had a good offensive year last year. His defense still sucked. We got over it because his offense was so good. Now, when his offense is mid and his defense sucks, we're not having it. But Anthony Rizzo, it's like you deposited so much into bank and then you start withdrawing from the bank. You still have a balance, right? To me, Anthony Rizzo still has a balance, although I am low-key worried about him. I am worried about him. But Gleyber Torres is bouncing checks to me, okay? He is overdrafting, okay? Because his contribution is not making up for his detraction on the team, in my opinion. And Anthony Rizzo will get there if he doesn't turn it around. You're right.
Yeah. I just want to point out, Gleyber Torres over his past 10 games is hitting 250. He has 9 hits, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs, and 7 runs scored in his last 10 games. Anthony Rizzo in his last 10 games is hitting 189, 7 hits, 2 RBIs, and only 3 runs scored in his last 10 games.
Yeah, I mean, it's not good. He rolls over the ball all the time between first and second base. He hits into double plays constantly. He looks lost. Now, he had that one good at bat. I think it was Saturday. I can't remember. I think it was Saturday when everybody was, ooh and ahhing that he stepped up into the box so he could get to the breaking ball.
That was a solid at bat.
That was a great at bat. But other than that, and I text you guys this, I'm like, that at bat was good. But other than that, I'm worried about him.
Yeah.
I'm worried about him because, and this is also a difference between him and Gleyber. I don't want to say anything bad about Anthony Rizzo, because we all age. Okay. So with respect to his career and his World Series championship and etc., I want to say he's looking slow. Yeah. He's looking toward the end. I'm sorry. I know that's
not the same. No. But Grace, but we got to be able to be objective, right?
But it's different than having a mental block that you can just get out your own way, and that's what Gleyber is. I know he can do better. That's why he frustrates me. Anthony Rizzo's toward the end of his career. That's something different.
Yeah.
Gleyber Torres is 25 years old. He's in the prime.
Right.
He needs to step up and take it. I know he can. That's why we're frustrated. Anthony Rizzo and Gleyber Torres will not be on this team next year, but for 2 different reasons.
Yeah, well, Torres, I agree with you on that. 27, turning 28 this year, but he's still young, younger than Anthony Rizzo.
Oh, you're right. My bad.
Anthony, no, it's
Juan
fine.
Soto's 25
for the people. Juan Soto's 25. For the people in the chat, but
that's all we care about.
DJ LeMahieu's name get brought up, right? So we got to talk about DJ LeMahieu because he is the topic or whatever. Wait, wrong one. Where is it at?
See, I told you that's all we care about is Juan Soto.
Anyway, DJ LeMahieu is on his way back, right? With DJ LeMahieu coming back, he will be the starting third baseman according to Aaron Boone. I get it, right? You want to see him at second base, TC, but you got to understand he is coming back off of not 1, not 2. But 3 different times his foot has been barking him. You don't want to put that at second base. You put him at second base, you're opening him up to more of an injury, right? He's more of a risk factor for injuring himself at second base, having to move laterally like that. If you're at third base, all he has to worry about is staying at third base and fielding the ball. right? Yes, he has to move laterally left and right, but it's less movement on his lower body than at second base. So when it comes to DJ LeMahieu, I get it. I would like to see there be a replacement for Gleyber Torres, because even with the struggles Gleyber has right now, I feel there's no fire under him, because there's no one that's behind him who could take his job. Let's be real. We're not giving his job to Jermaine Jones. Let's be honest. Jermaine Jones is not taking his job. Let's be honest. Peraza is not taking his job. As much as we want to see Peraza up here, he ain't taking his job. Cabrera was phenomenal for the first 2 months of the season. He has come back down to earth. So as much as we want to sit here and boo-hoo and cry and complain about Gleyber Torres, we have no option to replace him. Maybe he needs to be on the bench for a couple of days. Who's going to replace him that we're confident in?
Yeah. I mean, I would rather have Peraza with his strong defense and no offense than Gleyber's liability on defense and mid offense. But that's just me.
No, but the thing about Peraza, if we bring him up, he has no more options. We can't send him back down. So if we bring him up, and he struggles, up here, we can't send him back down, because if we send him back down, we're gonna have to fucking release it. He has no more options.
Oh no.
So that's the thing with Peraza. As much as it will be better for, like, if he's on fire down at the minor league, cool, let him build up his value. If we bring him up here to play second base and he struggles going towards the trade deadline, we can't use him in a trade because he has no value. He's not showing you that he could perform at the major league level. And if he doesn't perform at the major league level, not only can you not trade him, you can't send him back down because he got no options.
I didn't know that. That's crazy, Hector. I can't believe they burned all of his options, messing around, and now we're in the situation that we're in.
Now, what are we going to do? Let me shout out the chat real quick. Shout out my guy, Anthony Garcia, who is in the building. Anthony Garcia, how you doing? FJ's in the building. TJ Rumfield is the only first baseman available, and Ben Rice is not ready. Absolutely, FJ. Appreciate you. My guy, Sunil's in the building. Sunil, I appreciate you. Fuck your Dallas Mavericks, okay? Fuck you and your Dallas Mavericks at the moment, okay? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna just leave it at that. But shout out my guy Sunil, who is in the chat, who always likes to rub it in my face that his Dallas Mavericks are still playing, but the New York Knicks aren't playing anymore. Jerry says, Grace, they may not want to pay him $17 million. They have Broomfield coming up for first base. Oh, TJ Rumfield. Talking about Anthony Rizzo, and that's something that the Yankees we're gonna have to look at next year, right? And I know somebody that a lot of Yankee fans, myself included, wanted on the Yankees was Cody Bellinger. But when you look at Cody Bellinger's stats on the season, Cody Bellinger is only hitting 253 right now. He's not having the same season he had last year when he was comeback player of the year, looking like the former MVP. He hit 253 at the moment. He has 29 strikeouts. Last year, this is the thing. Last year, Cody Bellinger for the entire season only had 87 strikeouts. This year, he already has 29 strikeouts. He's on pace to pass that, what he did last year. So as great as he was last year, and I wanted him a part of the Yankees, we have to look at the misses, right? And you got to be able to give the flowers to the front office. I know a lot of us, we don't want to praise Brian Cashman or give him credit, but look at the players he fucking passed on. Look at all of them. They're all performing like dog shit. All of them.
Yeah.
The only player or pitcher that the Yankees passed on that's not performing like dog shit is Shohei Imanaga, and that's because no other team believed that he was going to be this good. Go ahead, Grace. Sorry to cut you off.
No, I was just saying we have the benefit of hindsight, right? We can look back. Brian Cashman can't do that. He has to try to predict the future all the time. Yeah. And then we can say, well, you should have known. You should have done this. You should have done that. We always look back. He doesn't have that luxury. So that makes it even more kind of impressive.
Like Sierra just said right here. And TC, we was on the chat. We was in here together. Hold on, wait. We was in here together when we heard Yankee fans saying that they didn't want Marcus Stroman. 90% of Yankee fans, and Sierra's right on point. About 90% of Yankee fans did not want that man in a Yankees uniform. About 60% of them rather Trevor Bauer be in a Yankee uniform over Marcus Stroman. And look at what we gotten out of Marcus Stroman this year. Look at what we gotten out of the entire pitching staff in the absence of Garrett Cole. Right. This is the best
Absolutely.
case scenario. What we're seeing right now is the best case scenario. Knock on wood. I don't want to toot our horns too big because we can have a week that those pitchers they regress and they look back to themselves. But 2 months into the season, and this is what we got. How can you be disappointed with the starting staff? How can you be disappointed? Yes, the bullpen can be improved. Yes, we can add some pieces to the bullpen, but Clay Holmes has been phenomenal. Regardless of his blown slave over the past couple of weeks, he has been phenomenal.
Yeah, that wasn't his fault. No, I mean overall, the nobody would have predicted this pitching staff to be this good. I mean, there's no way. I didn't think so. I thought they would do the job until Garrett Cole got back, but not be like the top staff in all of baseball. I mean, this is crazy.
We were like, just keep it around 500 until Daddy Cole comes back. That's what we all said. We're 20 games over 500 or something.
Yeah. Right. And I think now. Yeah. Shout out to Ultra Cowboy fan in the chat. Also, I appreciate you guys. But there was a guy on Twitter, right? Shout out to him. I'm gonna find the thread so I could show it on the next show. But he was like, for everybody out there that wants Trevor Bauer, and he was responding to Trevor Bauer when he said, "Oh, I'm the top 15 best pitcher in the world." This person literally came up with a thread. It was like, I can name 30 pitchers that were better than you in the league that you pitched in last year, and listed all of their names and all of their stats. And if you look at all of their names and all of their stats, everything was way better than what Trevor Bauer did last year. Trevor Bauer, he's putting videos out celebrating that he struck out Luke Voit.
Oh no!
And he's labeling
Luke Voit catching strays out here.
And I'm sorry, Luke Voit. I'm sorry, but Trevor Bauer is labeling it as, I just struck out the home run champ of Major League Baseball. Because that's the one season that Luke Voit in the shortened season, the COVID season, led the American League in home runs. So he's labeling the videos, I struck out the home run king of Major League Baseball. This is what Trevor Bauer is doing right now when it comes to his content, trying to get clicks and trying to get views and shit like that. Go ahead, do your thing, King. Get your views. It's YouTube, baby.
TC goes, when?
Again, we're a little over
COVID. I forgot COVID.
We're a little over 2,000 on the likes and interactions of the emojis. If you guys can, just spam the emojis, spam the likes. That way I can put the link for the open panel into the chat. Shout out my guy NFE in the building. NFE had a great interview today. Make sure you go check out my guy NFE. Go to the Strike Zone. Go check out that channel. He's putting out amazing work. Congratulations on 600 subscribers as well, my guy. I'm gonna bring up our friend Damian Serrano to join us in the conversation, because Damian popped up as I was just going off and he was dying laughing backstage. So I'm bringing up Damian so he could join us. Damian, how you doing, bro? How you feeling, baby?
I'm good. I'm still laughing. Yeah. Listen, the last couple of days, I got me dying between X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, and this morning. Listen, we're rocking. TC, Miss Grace, Hector. How y'all doing this morning? Chat, how y'all doing as well?
I have something I want to say specifically to Damian.
Okay.
Specifically to Mr. Damian here, my homie. You know I love you. So a couple weeks ago, we were on Yankees Morning Brew, and you said something crazy, and I didn't forget it.
Okay.
You said Judge will hit 50 home runs this year.
Absolutely.
And this was before. He got on his heater. So it was a couple weeks ago. Yeah. And I said 50. And you said, write it down. Well, let me tell you something, mister. I wrote it down.
Okay.
And then guess what I did? This morning, right before we came on today, I got out my little calculator. And I said, officially today, Aaron Judge is on pace to hit 50 home runs. Everybody give it up to Mr. Damian Serrano. Y'all hit the 100% in the chat. This man said it. Nobody else was on that level. This man said it. He called it. It was weeks ago. I'm here with the receipts. Aaron Judge is on pace to hit 50 home runs.
Let's get it.
It's official.
Absolutely. Let's get it.
Tissue. Damian, what's your thoughts?
You have a lot of numbers too,
you can share that also.
I wish we'd all share it. I promise you.
Dave, my guy, let me before we switch topics or whatever, Ultra Cowboys fan, he put something in the chat I'm gonna bring up. But Dave, let me get your thoughts real quick. Your reflection on the weekend series against San Diego, and then we'll get into the next topic. Go ahead, brother.
Everything we could ask for. We came in there. The first and foremost, everybody was clamoring over Dylan Cease in the offseason, wanting that trade to happen. I was against it. I wasn't going to trade Spencer Jones for him. And who would imagine that if Dylan Cease was traded to the Yankees, Luis Hill would never be. And Luis Hill's numbers are far better than Dylan Cease. Yeah. So for all you guys, be careful what you ask for, because again, Spencer Jones would be gone, and who knows who else, because that would have been a huge package. Meanwhile, we had our ace sitting in the back when Luis Hill. So, listen, we would have probably had to.
Luis Hill would have probably had to bid in that trade into Chicago.
You know what? Probably. And imagine that. Imagine that. And mind you, Dylan Cease is going to be a free agent after this season. Mind you, we still have banked years and options with Luis. So again, I was against it, and I'm glad the Yankees didn't pull that trigger. And besides that, we did our thing last game. Listen, you can't win them all. I expected 2 out of 3. We got exactly what I expected. Would you like a sweep? Of course not. Of course we would. But overall, we had a great output. So between the Mariners coming in and then coming through with the Padres tonight, the Angels, we're doing our thing. West Coast trip started off right.
No, definitely. Listen, I'm working. You guys know that this Friday is going to be the first episode of the Yankees Freestyle, right?
Yes, sir.
We're gonna do something different here, and something that hasn't been done on Yankees YouTube, Yankees Twitter, Yankees Media, whatever. I'm trying to figure out the logistics of combining our YouTube stream and our Twitter Spaces all together, so we could be on both the StreamYard YouTube and on the Twitter Space. People on the Twitter Space will be on the screen. So I'm working on that for this Friday, guys. Shameless plug. Make sure you guys tune in this Friday, 4 p.m. Yankees Freestyle Report. It's the first episode. We're going to have it here. It's going to be dope. I just want to take this second. I just want to shout out the people I work with. I want to shout out Grace. I want to shout out TC. I want to shout out my man Damien. I want to shout out my guy Ghost, who helps us when it comes to the Yankees pregame spaces on X. I appreciate you guys. Just know, everybody who's watching us, Grace, TC, Damien, all started watching me from the beginning, right? Watching me, jumping on the open panel, engaging with our community. I trust them so much. I like their takes. I wanted them to be a part of this with me. This show could be I could easily revolve this shit around me, but I don't want to do that. That's not the type of person I am. I appreciate the people I work with. I appreciate your takes. I just want to give you guys your flowers before we move on to the next topic, honestly.
And anybody ever thinks you guys are amazing. If anybody wants to know if Hector's this genuine in real life, 1,000%. So, flowers to you too, man. Shit.
I agree. I met him.
Nah. My flowers is for you guys. I got to give you guys your flowers right now. But let's switch the topics real quick because we got to talk about it. The Juan Soto sweepstakes is in full effect. And my guy, Ultra Cowboy fan, put it in the chat. Get ready. Juan Soto will be in Queens in 2025. But the Juan Soto free agency is going to be a big topic this entire season. But Juan Soto had some comments over the weekend. He says, whoever wants to talk about deals and stuff, I'm open to deal with anybody. And for all you Yankee fans out there that are losing your mind, for all you Met fans out there that are already starting with the Photoshop images of Soto in a Mets uniform, I'm keeping receipts. I'm watching you guys. I'm clicking everything. Just to let you guys know, this is how business works. This is just how business works. Because about 2 weeks ago, right? 2 weeks ago, what did Juan Soto say in a post-game press conference? He literally said, "Oh, well, I'm willing to open and I want to talk contract extension. We could do it right now. They could just call my agent." And what happened the next day or 2 days after? Hal Steinbrenner came out with the comments about the payroll, and the payroll needs to be lowered. And I'm not sure if we can operate with that high of a payroll and stuff. And when Hal said that, fucking Scott Boras, his spider sense went off, and he was like, "Oh no." And he called up Juan Soto. He's like, "Listen, you may want to stay with the Yankees, but this is business. We got to get money. And as a business person, if you're Hal Steinbrenner, it doesn't benefit you to come out openly and say, you know what? I'm going to sign him for whatever he wants. Open check. He can have all the money he wants." As a business person, that's a bad negotiation tactic. And for Juan Soto to come out and says, "Yeah, I'm willing to sign right now. I want to do it in the middle of the season." That's a bad business tactic because now you're lowering your market. right? Not only are you lowering the market for yourselves, but the other players that are part of the player union, they're looking at you, Juan Soto, and they're saying, Juan Soto, you're here to set the market for us for the future. You need to go into free agency, and you need to set the market, not only for yourself, but for all the other players that are part of the players union. So this is all business at the end of the day. The Mets will be in the conversations the same way they was in the conversations for Yamamoto. But the Mets have one thing. They're there just to drive up the price, just to set the market, just so the market is palatable for Juan Soto and for Scott Boras. So for you fans out there that's losing your minds, go outside and touch some grass. I'll throw it over to you, Grace. You go first, and then kick it over to TC, and then Damian. Go ahead.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think there's absolutely nothing really to read into all of these kind of back and forths. They use the media. We know this. We already know they use the media to go back and forth and to use to execute their strategies. And it's like when you're dating somebody, you know, and you're dating like a couple people, but you know you really want to be with this one guy, but like you can't just come out and be like, yeah, I'm ready to get married. Like you're not gonna do that. You're like, yeah, you know, I mean, maybe we can hook up on Friday. Like we'll see how it goes. I got a couple other people. Like maybe I don't know. I might be busy. But really, in your heart, you really do want to go with that one guy, but you're not gonna like play your hand too quick. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm saying. So.
Yes. Everybody on this panel knows exactly what you're saying.
Exactly. So that's what's going on. No tea.
No tea. Period. Pooh. Go ahead, TC.
I mean, it's a good analogy, good posture. Like, you know, if you're gonna go buy a car, you're not gonna go right in and say, "Hey, I'll pay the sticker price, $40,000. Give me that car right now. Give me." You got to go in and negotiate. You know, what I got to do here? You know. So it's the same thing. I mean, you know, Soto, he loves the Yankees already. I mean, he's been here 2 months and he loves his team. He probably doesn't want to go anywhere else, but he's got to hear offers. He's got to hear what other teams are willing to give. And, you know, Hal's got to do his diligence and with this, we're poor and we can't afford all these guys. And, you know, whatever. Hector's already did a deep dive. He knows how much you guys are making. So stop with that. You know, all these owners are poor and they can't. I'm tired of that. They can dish out whatever they want. So, but you don't want to overpay and go crazy like an Ohtani type deal. But at the end of the day, Soto ain't going nowhere. He's going to stay here. He'll probably take a discount. I'm sure he'll take a little discount. You know, whether it's 50, 40, I don't know, whatever millions. It's beyond my, you know, something I'll never even get in my life. So I don't even, I don't even know what that would be. But no, he's going to stay here, and you know, the Mets fans and Dodgers or whoever, you know, keep dreaming. He's not going anywhere. This is his home. It's probably the rest of his career, 13-year deal. So, but the Yankees do got to make some moves. That, you know, they got to shed some payroll. Next year they will, and they'll make room for him, and they'll build around him. They got a young core of guys in AAA and AA, and they're coming up, and they'll fit right in and right around Soto and Judge, and you know that's what our future is.
I put a video out on my socials, right, on Instagram and stuff. The amount of Atlanta Braves fan, because I put it out literally 30 minutes before the Ronald Acuna injury happened or was announced or whatever. Yeah. When that was announced, the amount of Brave fans that were in my IG post saying, well, the Braves need a right fielder now. The Braves need a right fielder now. It's just so many different stories. It's going to go crazy. Go ahead, Damian. I'll toss it over to you.
Listen. I listened to that whole Juan Soto interview, and the one thing that stood out to me was he had first and foremost, Scott Boras was going to pull his hair out when Soto said what he said. He's like, Juan, what are you doing? Don't do that. But if you listen to that interview, he talks about, and he says, if the future happens and I go into free agency, I'm willing to talk to everybody. If the future happens, that's a if, meaning we're going to talk in the middle of the season and we may just get a deal done. And I may not even make it to free agency. That's why he put that if the future happens. So Soto's going nowhere. You know, the Yankees, as of right now, with the people who are expected to be expiring contracts, will be sitting at $205 million next season, coming into the 2025 season. So there's money there, okay? And technically, the Yankees are paying him $31 million this year. They only really need about 20 to 25 million more to go ahead and get that bag for him at about 50 to 55 million. That's Rizzo, that's Gleyber, maybe Clay. There goes the extra 20, 25 million. Soto's going nowhere. So all you Mets fans, Braves don't spend money like that. They never have, never will. And listen, he's a Yankee for life. Anybody that says otherwise, either you're dense in the head or you're dreaming, man. It's bottom line.
Like there's nothing that's guaranteed in life, right? The only thing that's guaranteed is like death, taxes, and like LI Yankee King sending us different trades for different prospects.
Get rid of DJ.
Shout out my guy LI Yankee King, always wanted to trade in DJ. But yeah, there's nothing that's guaranteed. So yeah, is it a guarantee that Juan Soto is a Yankee for life? No, that's not a guarantee, right? Do I feel he could be a Yankee for life? Yeah, I could feel that. I could feel a lot of things. I wanted to be a part of the Wu-Tang Clan when I was younger. That should never happen, right? So we know not everything is promised or guaranteed, but hopefully the backlash that Brian Cashman and Hal Steinbrenner got at the end of last year before trading for Juan Soto, when more than 50% of season ticket holders did not re-up on their season tickets for the month in the month of December, right before they made the Juan Soto trade. Hopefully that what they felt back then before that trade happened, they remember that, because it's going to be amplified if Juan Soto walks to another team. If Juan Soto signs with the Mets, what happened in October, November, and December before trading with Juan Soto, that shit will get amplified to 100 times.
Absolutely.
So if you don't want Yankee fans outside of Yankee Stadium with the guillotine, especially if we don't win a World Series with Juan Soto, if you don't want to see any more fire Brian Cashman t-shirts, if you don't want to see any more sell the team t-shirts, which I gotta say, I never brought a fire Brian Cashman t-shirt. I never made a t-shirt that said sell the team. I just wanted to put that out there because people be liking to keep receipts and shit like that. Did I miss the opportunity to buy the fire Brian Cashman? Yeah, I missed it, but I didn't buy it. I just want to put that out as a caveat. But when it comes down, if you don't want that energy in Yankee Stadium again, avoid. You got to do everything you can to re-sign this man in the offseason. If you got to divert some money, backload the contract, do whatever you got to do in order to make sure that this man stays in a Yankee uniform for the rest of his life. I want to highlight some chats before we continue. My guy Sunil said Hector is a genuine Mavs hater. So yes, 100% genuine. No, I'm 100% a you hater, Sunil. Okay. Any team that you root for, I'm a root against, Sunil. Anytime you play pickleball, I'm gonna be on the opposite court wishing that you lose. Anytime you're out there trying to go to Dunkin' Donuts, right? I'm gonna make sure I cut the fucking line in front of you, and I'm gonna order like 10 coffees, so you gotta wait 30 minutes to get your order in. All right, Sunil? Just know that. Shout out to my guy NFE who says Hector's good people, you good people too. Let's see. Oh, we got Soso in the building. What up, fam? Shout out my guy Soso, my brother from another mother. And also shout out to Uncle Grandpa Tats. This is my guy right here. This is my Theo, my uncle. Make sure you guys go and follow Uncle Grandpa Tats. Tats, I saw you was fishing this weekend, right? So I'm gonna throw it out there again. Tats, next time you go fishing and you want to invite your Puerto Rican nephew, just shoot me a text message. I'll try to see if I could work my schedule out because I would love to go fishing with you, my guy. All right. I just want to throw that out there. But we got to get to this part of the game. Like there was no game yesterday, so there's really no like pregame or anything to go off of. So we just do rapid fire around the panel. I'm gonna toss it over to TC first. TC, let's get your take. We got this series against the Angels coming up. Let's get your thoughts on it. What are you looking forward to? What pitching matchup are you most excited to see? Go ahead, TC.
Well, you know, whenever they come to my neighborhood, it's always a tough series, whether the Angels are doing good or bad. And it's because Anaheim Stadium West is like Yankee Stadium. So I think the Angels get up for it because it's I have to tell you, it's got to be 80% Yankee fans. And now with the Angels being so bad, no Ohtani, no Trout. I mean, it might be 90% Yankee fans. I mean, literally, walking through Yankee Stadium is the same as walking through Angel Stadium when the Yankees are in town. I mean, it's ridiculous. But what do we have today? Is it Hill today?
I'll tell you.
Griffin and Cortez. Griffin and Cortez.
Okay.
Yeah, Griffin and Cortez.
I mean, overall, our staff should shut this team down. I mean, this should be a sweep. it should be no doubt, a no doubter, but things happen. And that's what, we have to beat the team, these type of teams. We have to capitalize, because at the end of the year, you look back and you say, man, how did we blow it against these these under 500 teams? You got to win these games. And whether it's on the road or, far from home, whatever. I mean, they had a day off yesterday. So you got to be up for this series. You can't hold anything back. Don't give in. I mean, if you got to score runs a different way, not wait for the home run. If you got to stop waiting for the home run, it might not happen. So you got to win these games. I mean, honestly, this should be an easy sweep. We got what, Nestor, Hill, and Rodon. Is that the?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
mean, Nestor, Hills, and Carlos Rodon.
2 of the 3 are like just throwing, on top of their game. I mean, it's just should be no doubt. I shouldn't have a fear. But the game I go to, I always, I'm scared because I don't know if I'm bad luck. My wife will wear her angel gear and piss me off, but it's all good. It's all good. We'll have fun. But yeah, I see it as a sweep.
I was looking forward to seeing Aaron Hicks, like Sunil was just saying in the chat. But Aaron Hicks, he's not on the team anymore. When he get released, he got cut. Got injured. Hey, I wish him the best. Let me shout out some more people. My guy Double A is in the building. Shout out to Double A. My guy, salute to you. Who else we got in the building? Samantha T's in the building. Samantha, how you doing? Samantha, you got to let me know, Samantha. When you want to go to a Yankee game, let me know. We can link up, go grab one of the cheap seats, hang out in Yankee Stadium, Samantha. We'd love to see you IRL at a Yankee game. Appreciate you for always being in the chat. Appreciate you for being yourself, always authentic. Appreciate Samantha T. Folks in the chat, give some love to Samantha T. That's the homie. That's the friend of the channel right now. My guy D Channel is in the building. D says we have enough money to shed Verdugo's salary, Torres, and one more player, whoever they decide to shed salary. But I think we will resign Holmes. Yeah, 100%. I think Holmes will be in the equation. And just like he said, you got Verdugo's money coming off of the books. You got Gleyber's money coming off of the books. And you got Anthony Rizzo's money coming off of the books. Those 3 players alone, it's more than 50 mil or close to 50 mil. Yeah. Those 3 players alone. Right. And you gotta also remember Juan Soto, he's already making 32 million. That will be coming off of the books. You could take his 32 million, set that aside. All you got to do is add Gleyber Torres and Anthony Rizzo's their salary to Juan Soto, and that's like fucking almost 60 million right there. Exactly. That's way more than enough to re-sign Soto. My fault, Grace. You were saying something. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna ask, what about Josh Donaldson? Isn't he still on the books this year? Won't he be coming off?
6 million.
It's like 6 million. Okay. Yeah, 6 million is coming.
What about Hicks? We're still paying his bitch ass too.
His money is coming. Oh, look at Grace. We're still paying his bitch ass too. I love it, Grace. Dame, I'll toss it over to you to get your take on this upcoming series. Like TC said, go ahead, brother.
Tonight's what I'm noticing. Cortez has been stellar at home. Last 12 innings. Zero earned runs at home. Last 12 innings was for Nestor. So his biggest hurdle is being on the road. I think he has an ERA of over 11 on the road. So this is a big situation for Nestor. This is a big game for him. So this is what I'm looking for. Besides that, I said it yesterday. I think the Yankees sweep this series. Of course, it's baseball, kind of like football, any given Sunday. But I believe from top to bottom, this is an inferior team, and there's no reason why we should not sweep. But tonight is key for Nestor. Nestor wants to stay in this rotation, give himself a name in the hat to continue to be in the rotation. When Cole comes back, he's got to show it, and the only way you're going to show it is prove that you can pitch on the road.
Oh yeah, 100%. Go ahead, Grace. I'll toss it over to you. Let's get your takes when it comes to this upcoming series against the Angels. And like Uncle Tat said, Grace isn't under fire; she's on fire. Go ahead, Grace.
Oh yeah.
I also agree with Damian and TC. We will sweep the Angels. I believe. And not only do I believe we will sweep the Angels, but I believe that Heel will pitch a no-hitter. Ooh. And the national attention will finally come to Luis Heel, and he will start to be on Rookie of the Year watch and or Cy Young buzz. He's not going to make it because he won't go all the way to the end of the year. But his name should be in the conversation. They should be talking about him and putting some respect on this kid's name. And I think he'll pitch a no-hitter, and it's gonna start to happen.
And I'm gonna say this right now to you baseball writers that are out there. In 2005, Robinson Cano got snubbed for Rookie of the Year, and he lost it to Houston fucking Street from the Oakland Athletics. If Luis Hill loses Rookie of the Year to another Oakland Athletic reliever, I'm going to be pissed off, and I'm going to call Yankee bias, right? Miller's having a phenomenal season, right? Look at what Luis Hill has been doing. Luis Hill is arguably our number one pitcher. He has gone up against most teams' aces, and he has come out successful. And this is a kid that he is doing it with like 2, maybe 3 pitches. Imagine when he gets his slider under control, how filthy he's going to be. He's already filthy with his fastball and his changeup, the way his circle change goes in and out, right? His circle change looks like a knuckleball sometimes. Just imagine how this kid's going to be when he gets his slider under control. That's just something to look forward to. But no, for me, listen, I just want us to win 2 out of 3, just win our series. Just win out. If we could sweep, copy. That's a cherry on top of the ice cream. Going forward, just win your series, 2 out of 3, and that's it. That's all we got to do. We already are and leading our division. We already number 1 in our division. We're leading the American League when it comes to our record. If we want to stay right here, all we got to do for the rest of the season is just win every series going out. 2 out of 3, 2 out of 3, 2 out. We don't have to go on a 10-game, 15-game winning streak. Would I like that? Yeah, I would love that. Just win your series, rest your guys whenever you got to rest them. Don't overuse guys. Don't try to set the record for the most wins and catch the 1998 team. Don't try to do that. Don't do any of that. Just win your series going forward. Make sure everybody is healthy, because when it matters the most is in October. Yes, winning games in May, it matters. Winning game in June, it matters. But we need our guys to have all their bullets ready to go in October. That's when we need all of our guys ready to go. We don't need Clay Holmes to get tired in the middle of June because we need to put him out there because he's trying to set a record for the lowest ERA as a reliever. We don't need that. We just need him to be healthy in October. Is that fair to say? Is that fair to ask for?
Yeah. 1,000. No, facts. But I mean, these are the games we need to win, though. These games against these low teams, bottom of the barrel teams.
And to the Yankees' credit, they've done that this year. We had issues with that. They normally play down the last few years to their opposition. To their credit, this year, the teams that they're supposed to beat, they've beat. So,
yeah.
I think the only letdown was when they split with the A's. That was the letdown. But other than that, it's been good.
And let's be honest, the last few years in the postseason, let's be honest, it hasn't been our pitching. Our pitching, it's not being right. We're not losing games 9-0. We're not losing games 11-0. These are close games we're losing 3-2, 3-1, 2-1, 2-0. It hasn't been our pitching. It's been our hitting. And that has been the stark difference between this team in 2024 and the team from last year that finished horribly. Is the big difference. When you look at our lineup 1 through 9, yes, Rizzo may be struggling. Yes, Gleyber Torres may be struggling. But folks, we are about to be in the month of June, and Giancarlo Stanton has yet to go on the IL. Let me knock on wood because I don't want to jinx it. Grace, how are you feeling about skinny Stanton? How are you feeling about the yoga meister, Giancarlo Stanton?
I got something to say about this. So the other day I heard a stat, which you guys probably heard, which is that Juan Soto and Aaron Judge are both on pace to hit 40 or more home runs this season, right? So I already said earlier that Judge is on pace to hit 50. Soto is on pace to hit, I think, 40 or 41. So 40 or more. It's only happened twice in franchise history that 2 players on the squad have hit 40 plus home runs, and that was Ruth and Gehrig and Maris and Mantle. That's the only 2 times it's ever happened. Those are only 2 pairs that's ever done that. But here's what I'm going to say about Giancarlo Stanton. My man is on pace to hit 38. And I looked it up. 40 home runs by 3 players on the Yankees. It's never been done. So now Stanton's on pace to hit 38. But let's say he hits a couple in one game. Let's say he goes on a tear for 1 week. He could easily, he's only, I think, 1 home run behind Juan Soto right now. But the way that the numbers work out, extrapolated over the season, he's behind like 4 or 5 or whatever. But, or 3. I can't do math. Anyway, the point is, if he goes on a little tear or has a game where he hits 2 or whatever, which we know he can do, then our team has 3 players on pace to hit 40 or more home runs. It's never been done in Yankees franchise history.
Say it.
And that's what we're on the edge of. Freaking greatness. And Giancarlo Stanton is a part of that. It's Murderers Row 2024, and Giancarlo Stanton is there.
And when you look at Stanton, right, and his stats, and I've been saying it all weekend, right? When it comes to Stanton, I understand he may not be the player when it comes to his salary and what he's earning. But when you look at what he's doing, Giancarlo Stanton, hold on, I'm just trying to find his weighted runs created, his WRC plus. Because when you look at his WRC plus, the average for the league is at 100. For Giancarlo Stanton, his WRC plus, hold on, weighted runs created at the moment. Wait, it's not popping up. Give me 1 second. His weighted runs created, Stanton. Fuck, I feel stupid now. Stanton WRC plus. When you look at Giancarlo Stanton, his WRC plus is 117. It's 117. He is 17 points higher than your average Major League Baseball player right now. Right now in 2024. Matter of fact, scratch that. It's 120. So he's 20 points better than your average Major League Baseball player. And the Yankees are only paying him $22 million. And my guy KC Funtime is in the building. Key stat for runners in scoring position last year.
He's our statistician.
Second last in Major League Baseball. In 2024, Yankees are hitting 257, tied for second in all of Major League Baseball. That is a mic drop of all mic drops right there, KC Funtime. Go ahead, TC. I'll let you piggyback off of your brother.
Yeah, no, he's our resident statistician. When he comes in, he drops those bombs on us. But no, that's a huge one. I mean, I talk to him all the time about this. The Yankees with runners in scoring position last year was horrible. This year it's a lot better, especially Stanton. We brought up Stanton. He's coming up huge with runners in scoring position. That's the thing, and also with 2 outs, a lot of 2-out rallies the Yankees put together. They couldn't do anything last year when they were always down a couple runs. Game was over. They booked, they already were talking about where they were gonna go eat after the game. So this year is a lot different. I mean, that's a huge stat. Runners in scoring position. I mean, that's how you score runs. You can't just wait for home runs. You got to find ways to score, and that's the thing too. I mean, I keep saying there's been times where I'm screaming at the TV like, why are you not bunting right here? Why are you some of these different moves they gotta find different ways to score. Because especially in Sunday's game, they only scored 1 run, and they had opportunities. There was another game where they, I think it was in that Mariner game where they lost 5-4. They left so many guys on base, hit into so many double plays. They could have. They had. I mean, the game should have been a blowout. They should have had 10 runs, and they fall in love with this. Oh, we're just going to hit a home run, or we're going to do. That doesn't always come. They gotta find some tweaks here and there. I know we're all positive. I know we're scoring runs. I know we're at the top of our division, but little things like this can go a long way, especially in the postseason. And I think they need. I mean, they can go on losing streaks, and this is something we'll bring up that they're not doing. And I just really wish they would mix it in here and there.
Well, I think they've done it more better this year than years past, especially when you look at how they've been hitting with runners in scoring position. In years past, the Yankees were leading the Major League Baseball when it comes to solo home runs. They're not doing it this year. Guys are getting on base. Guys are scoring runs. When you look at the Yankees are top 3 when it comes to runs scored because guys are getting on base and guys are being driven in. It may be on a home run here or there, but it's way more balanced. I see it this year than in years past, especially last year. Last year, we could hardly get people on base. Last year, the only way we were scoring was via the home run. Nobody was moving guys over.
It was we were last in hits.
Yeah. And last in hits and runs to scoring position is a big part of that as well. Dame, let's toss it over to you to get your take real quick. Go ahead, brother.
Another receipt that I'm going to cash in at the end of the year, Stan being the comeback player of the year. I said it from the very beginning. I truly feel that way. I'm not going to veer from it. I know Jigga, obviously, definitely on board with that as well. But listen, Stan has got an OPS of over 1,000 runners in scoring position. What more can you ask for out of the guy? He got his body in check, got himself mentally and physically prepared for the season, and he's showing everybody who he is and what he can do. So you got a three-headed monster at this point between Stan, Judge, and Soto. And it showed that in the first game of the Padres series when Soto went, and Judge back to back, Doogie hit a double, damn near hit it out, and then Stan hit that bomb. So listen,
it was beautiful.
That was probably the greatest inning I've seen so far this year, all of baseball. So man, what can you say? Stan did what he needed to do, and everybody's got to give him credit. You know, all the haters, whether you hate him or you love him, whatever the case is, give that man credit, give him his flowers. He's proving a lot of people wrong, and he's continuing to do it. And one more thing I forgot to mention, I'm looking forward to seeing Willie Calhoun this series.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I thought you was going to say something like super serious. Shout out to Willie Bang.
Yeah, he's going to hit 3 home runs against us.
He's going to kill us the same way Estevan Florial killed us against the Guardians.
He's going to have
a home run. Folks, we got over 160 people in the building rocking with us collectively across all platforms. If you guys are watching on X, if you're watching on Instagram, click the link in the bio, jump on over to YouTube. I know my guy Rich Rivera is happy. I finally called it X and I ain't called it Twitter for the first time in a long time. So shout out to my guy Rich Rivera who's in the chat. We are sitting on 48 likes on YouTube. So if you guys can smack that like button, let's get it up to 100. Let's try to get to as close to 100 as possible. Appreciate everybody who's in the building. Shout out to my guy Ra Thompson in the building. Salute to you, Ra. That's my guy. Just to let you guys know, later on today, I'll be out in Queens. I'm doing a Doc Gooden autograph signing. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do the pre-game space on X or the post-game space on X. I'll let you guys know because your boy, I got to wake up early tomorrow. You know why I got to wake up early tomorrow, TC? Do you want to know why? Because your boy is going to be a part of Career Day. They reached out to me. Right, a teacher that worked at the school reached out to me and was like, hey, I follow you on social. I see what you're doing. I would like to bring you in to have you talk to the young kids out of elementary school. So I'll be doing that for the first time. Do I know what I'm going to tell these kids? Absolutely not. I got to figure that out all today, and I got to start writing what I'm going to tell. But I'll be there tomorrow, right? So shout out to everybody who gives back. You know, I think it's dope. I'm somebody, I went to New York City public schools. I joke about it a lot. But I wish when I was a kid, that I had someone coming in doing what I'm doing and showing me that, because if I would have seen that at a young age, I would have been a part of this or trying to do this at a very young age at like 17 or 18 years old. So I'll be there tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get some footage and stuff like that, try to get some pictures so you guys can see, but I look forward to that. And shout out to my friend Cynthia, the teacher at the school who set this up. Awesome. Yeah, I look very forward to that, honestly. Let's see.
And you're gonna be a superstar in those kids' eyes, I'll tell you.
No, I just want people to know, chase your dreams, right? Always chase your dreams. You know, if you may have people in your life that's telling you should do this, you should do that. They may be coming from a good place of heart because they may want to just see you succeed and they don't want to see you fail. But just know this. Never trust people that were too scared to invest or bet on themselves. Always bet on yourselves. Always invest on yourself. No matter what you're doing in life, you could have a card collection. You could be somebody, if you just at your regular job, invest in yourself. No one's going to believe you if you don't believe in you first. That's all I'm going to say. Shout out to everybody. My friend Erica Garcia. I was waiting for Erica. Shout out to Erica because Erica, I listened to you. I didn't watch the Rangers game and the Rangers won. So going forward, hashtag Hector, don't watch the Rangers game. I will not be watching the Rangers game. I'll just, check ESPN for the score updates. My My guy Rich said, just throwing it out there. Hector, feel free not to highlight. ESB will be live tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Hope to see you all there. Yesterday was the holiday. I know they normally go on Mondays, but make sure you guys tune into my fellas tonight at ESB, the Empire State of Baseball. My guy Richie Rivera and the fellas over there, they kill it. They have an amazing conversation. They have an amazing amazing crew over there with the four of them. Erica says, thank you, sir. Don't watch tonight. I won't be watching tonight. My friend Ciara says, so proud to call Hector friend. Such a good person, is someone we could all look up to. Ciara, I'm proud that I could call you a friend. And I'll be out there September. Me and Alex, we already talked about it. September 8th is my birthday. So I'll be out in Chicago. The Yankees are going to be facing the Cubs. Wrigley Field is one of the stadiums I always wanted to go to ever since I was a child. So I'm setting up for my birthday this year. I'll be out in Chicago. We'll be doing that. But I'm gonna put the link for the open panel in the chat, and I'm gonna toss it to Grace so she could talk, because I don't want to keep talking. I'm getting bored. Go ahead, Grace.
Rookie of the year, right? Ever since I saw Rookie of the Year, right, when he pitched for the Cubs, I'm like, man, Wrigley Field looks boss. I want to go. That's one of my favorite baseball movies from when I was a kid.
Shout out my guy Jay. My guy Jay joined us on the Twitter Spaces, and he has been phenomenal. Damien knows it. Everybody knows it. He's been giving great takes. I'm glad that he's been able to find us. Jay, we can't wait for the Knicks to come back so you could be in our Knicks conversation also. Appreciate you, my guy. Go ahead. Go ahead, Grace. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. I'm about to give some Rookie of the Year quotes. Okay, so that one crazy pitching coach, you remember? He's like, Henry Rollgarder, come on. Yeah. And then he goes, you got to remember the 3 R's: rest, recuperation, and conditioning. If y'all haven't watched Rookie of the Year in a hot minute, I gotta tell you, go watch it. It holds up. It's hilarious. Connect with your inner child today and go watch Rookie of the Year.
Classic.
Yeah. No, Rookie of the Year is one of my favorite baseball movies of all time. I really love The League of Their Own, the original, and then the remake that came out on Amazon, The City. I'm more of a I love the movie format, but I feel like the new platform, like having 9 to 10 episodes, 10 hours of storytelling, I like that a lot better than the 2 hours trying to jam it all in together, because a lot of stories get missed out. If you watch The League of Their Own on Amazon, it highlight a lot of players that nobody ever talked about and nobody ever knew about. And also, I know MLB The Show gets beat up online because of its bugs or whatever, but shout out to the people that put the storylines together. Like, if you guys play the game, the Negro League storylines, it's amazing. The history that you can learn about that league is phenomenal. Didn't even know half of the stuff when I was playing the game. Like, I had no idea that there was 2 women that actually played in the Negro League also at the time, and they were phenomenal players as well. I had no idea. So I invite you guys, just go look into that. Watch A League of Their Own. We'll just go watch Erica says The Sandlot. I think it's a given, right? If you don't have Sandlot on your list as favorite baseball movies, you're not a baseball fan if The Sandlot's not up there. So that's a given. I like what else? Oh my God, the White Sox scandal. No. Well, Major League also, but also the Black Sox scandal that came out.
Can't forget that.
Well, 12 Men Out or
I didn't see that one.
It had so many. It had like isn't like so many different actors in that movie too. I'm blanking right now, but yeah, there's a lot of actors in that movie. What about you, TC? What's your thoughts before I bring up the people for the open panel?
Oh, I love Major League. Every time baseball season's about to start, I watch Major League. 1 and 2. The third one, not so much, but yeah, with
8 Men Out. 8 Men Out. Yeah, 8 Men Out, not 12 Men Out. Yeah, appreciate 8 Men Out.
Yeah, especially what's his name?
Hold on. Caputo, you on X? Caputo, why aren't you on YouTube? Don't make me fuck you up, Michael Caputo. Close your fucking Twitter and jump on YouTube, Caputo, before I find you and whip your ass. Go ahead, TC.
No, I was Major League. I was and the announcer, what's his name from
Bob Uecker.
Bob Uecker. Oh my God, he steals it with the comments he makes, and
yes.
Here again, Marty. Another one, Marty.
If you need a good proctologist, check out the right field scoreboard.
Have y'all watched the Bronx Zoo yet? Have you checked out the Bronx Zoo yet?
No.
The documentary?
Yes, the documentary. Did you see it, Damien?
I haven't finished it. Yeah. I'm in the middle of it. So far, so good. So it tunes into a lot of dirt. A lot of dirt. I like it. Yeah. So far, so good.
Yeah.
Good watch
so far.
Yeah.
Shout out Li Yankee King. He said, "What if I want to be on Twitter, Hector? Huh, Hector?" Shout out to my guy Li. So we're gonna bring out Angels in the outfield, low key.
Angels in the
Field of Dreams. What about Field of
Listen,
Dreams?
I'm telling you this right now.
Field of Dreams.
As somebody who has daddy issues, Angels in the outfield. Fucking was a tearjerker. When I was a kid, a fucking tearjerker, right?
Aww.
Never had. I was like, "Where's my father? Why isn't he around?" That shit is a tearjerker. So I'm gonna bring up folks in the chat. I got my guy Chris Nieves. I'm gonna bring Chris up. Then I'm gonna bring up Javier and then Sunil. And then I got other people. I bring them up. Also, Caputo's in the building. Shout out to
the
my
natural.
guy,
How about the
Caputo.
natural?
There you go, Caputo.
The natural's a good one.
Good.
Also, a good one. Pride of the Yankees.
Field
from
of
Sean
Dreams.
Browning. That's a good one. Yeah. Oh, Double A. Sorry about that, because Double A had a super chat. Sorry about that, Double A. He said, correct, Granderson and Teixeira. The thing is, Teixeira never hit 40 home runs. He came close twice, Double A. Thank you for the super chat. 2000 and I think his first year with the Yankees, he had 39 home runs. And then 2011, he had 39 home runs. And then in that offseason, he was in the World Baseball Classic, fucked up his wrist, missed a lot of games in 2012, 2013. He only played in like 15 games, and then he came back. That World Baseball Classic with Mark Teixeira ruined his career. When he injured his wrist, he was never the same hitter in that 2012 or 2011, 2012 World Baseball Classic. So I'm bringing my guy Chris Tevez right now. Chris, let me get a thumbs up, bro. Let me know you're ready to rock out. My guy Chris with the thumbs up. How you feeling, my guy? Oh, wait, you got to let's go Rangers.
Oh, Rangers.
Am I allowed to say I'm not going to watch the game, but am I allowed to say let's go Rangers, Chris? You got to let me know these rules.
You can cheer, you just can't watch the games, brother.
All
just
right,
watch the box score. You know what? Don't even watch the box score. Wait till it ends and then check it out. I do got to give a quote. He may hit like Mays, but he runs like shit. Is one of the greatest quotes in history ever. Shout out to Major League, man. That was a quote for a lifetime. Listen, really quick. 2 out of 3 versus the Padres. Another beautiful series from our starting pitching. Nothing to complain about. Even, I spoke to you about this, Hector. Even the game, the third game when we lost, I wasn't upset. Back in the day, those losses give you, kind of like some heartache. You're pissed off. This could happen. I didn't care whatsoever. They went in there, they played ball, and we, that game, we were in it to the end. Maybe keeping Clark Schmidt an extra inning kind of hurt us. Getting the 2 men on, and then obviously Victor Gonzalez coming in and, having a rough game. But, overall, great game. And I did want to touch on one thing. I kind of mentioned this to you, Hector, but the panel hasn't gotten to hear this. Cole's coming back at some point, and I know the fans are real happy about it. But at the end of the day, what I like about the situation that we're in right now is Cole doesn't have to be perfect. He can come in and have some rough starts, maybe give up some runs here and there, and have a somewhat decent ERA, but he doesn't have to be perfect. He can come in and kind of just ease his way into it. And even if he does give up some runs, now we have the offense to pick him up. And we have the rest of the starters to kind of say, all right, Cole had a rough start. Let me pick him up on the following day. This starting rotation, man, is absurd. Clark Schmidt has a 2.57 ERA at this point.
Say it, bro. Say it.
What are we our worst starter ERA is what? 3.66?
3.29.
Who's that, Rodon? Who's
no, that's
Nestor. Yeah.
Rodon, Heel, and Schmidt both have a sub-3 ERA.
Yeah.
That just goes to tell you how much these guys are locked in right now. I even think Stroman made the sub-3.
Stroman is under 3 right now, too. Yeah.
4 out of the top 5 with Cole coming back. So
they don't get enough credit.
And Chris, I want to tack on to what you're saying. It's also credit to having real outfielders out there to back up these pitchers for once.
Yeah.
And like the other day when that guy hit a leadoff triple, what's his name? Anyway, doesn't matter. What's his name? He has some long, weird name. Anyway, doesn't matter. Yes, Cronensworth. Hit that leadoff triple, and Verdugo kept him there when he fielded that ball. He didn't let him run home. The defense had his back. The difference between having real classically trained outfielders out there and having whoever we could throw out there.
Right.
Everybody but the kitchen sink was an outfielder last year.
Yeah.
You know.
I
Sorry,
just
say that.
IKF.
No. All good. I just want to point something out real quick. I'm gonna just hold on 1 second because the audio, just fixing the audio. When you look at our starting pitching, right? When you look at the top, I'm gonna just put 40 different starting pitchers, right? This is when it comes to ERA leaders, the Yankees starting 5 are in the top 40 in Major League Baseball when it comes to their ERA.
Wow.
Luis Hill alone. Luis Hill has the 7th lowest ERA in Major League Baseball. Clark Schmidt has the 14th lowest ERA in all of Major, and these are all starting pitchers. It's starting pitchers and relievers. Marcus Stroman, 21, right? Carlos Rodon, 26. Nestor Cortez, 38. Our starting staff are in the top 40 when it comes to low ERA, and that's a mixture of starting pitching and relievers. This is not just starting pitchers. This is a mixture of starting pitchers and relievers. That's crazy. This right here is number 1 through 5 with the way that they've been performing. Mm-hmm. Take away the fact that Garrett Cole's not there. This has been the best starting 1 through 5 I've seen as a Yankee fan my entire fucking life. Ooh. I don't remember the last time the Yankees in my lifetime had a starting 5 on May 28th that all 5 starters were in the lower top 40 of low ERA. I don't remember that. Did any of you guys remember that? I wish Boogie was here because he could have told us about the pitchers from the 1910s and 1920s, but our friend Boogie's not here. Shout out our friend Boogie, who's the elder statesman of our community.
My dad will let you know.
I'm gonna clip this so I can send this to him.
Big time Jerry will put it in the chat. He'll tell you.
And here, big time. Where you at?
I throw it back over to Chris after I say this, because when Garrett Cole comes back, and I've been saying this, and Chris, you may know what I'm saying because I know you watched X-Men 97. Professor Xavier, Garrett Cole, come to me, my X-Men. That's how it's going to be when Garrett Cole comes back. Come to me, my X-Men, because the way Garrett Cole has turned himself into an extension of Matt Blake, it's chef kisses. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Chris. I'll toss it to you, and then let's toss it around to the other people on the panel before we bring Javier and then Sunil. Go ahead, Chris.
No, great points, and not for nothing too. Cole's out there. You see him the Hill game. Hill has 2 people on, and Cole specifically talking to Hill through the mount and at the mound. You see him. He's kind of like doing the hand twisting. He's telling him to calm down. He strikes out the 3rd batter, and Cole's like clapping. That's just another teacher. I know we've said this multiple times, but we got 2 pitching coaches, bro. We got Matt Blake and Garrett Cole. There's this team, man, and I know you got other people coming up. I just want to give some love to DJ. This is going to be a good test for DJ in this series. It's not the best team in the world, and I even said this yesterday, right? DJ doesn't have to go out there and get 2 hits per game. He can strike out a few times because these guys are mid-season, form already, and obviously he hasn't had any time. Right now, it's about just seeing pitches, being healthy, and seeing where he's at with the bat speed. So even if the results don't come this first series, I'm fine with it. Let's see how his foot is. Let's see where the bat is. Let's see where the eye is as well. And the results, again, may not be there, but just being healthy, being in the lineup, being another bat at the bottom where, you can get in between a Cabrera and Wells or, whoever else they decide to put in the bottom of the lineup. I'm happy to see DJ back, and that's another big person for our defense, which has been better. Defense has been a lot better. So, looking forward to DJ coming back, and let's keep this rolling, baby.
Chris, my brother, appreciate you like always, my guy. Make sure you guys go follow my guy, Chris Nieves, Yankees Pod on Twitter, Allentown's Finest as well. Go, Chris, my fault. Is that, I was about to say, bro, why you giving me the middle finger? You got a long-ass pointer finger, bro. That shit is wild weird. Go ahead.
Being 5'2", I got some big hands, yo. I don't know why.
Bro, that's crazy, bro. That pointer finger scared the shit out of me. Go ahead, bro.
To finish your point, I just want to say Magneto was right. Everybody, have a good day.
Hey, my man, Chris. My man, Chris, with the hot take right there. Magneto was right. Sorry. TC, let's get your take real quick. What's your thoughts on what Chris had to say? And then we're going to bring up Javier and Sunil to join us. I see there's other people back there as well. We'll get to you as well. But go ahead, TC, then throw it over to Grace and then Damien, and we'll bring up our good friend Javier.
Yeah, I mean, he's right. The staff doesn't get enough credit. I mean, it's amazing the numbers they're putting up. I mean, each one goes out and tries to outdo the next one. Day in, day out. These guys are pushing each other. And, I think they made a pact at the beginning of the season saying, we're going to do this for Cole. And man, it just seems unbelievable. I didn't predict this, but it's great to see. And it's good to see DJ back. A couple more guys, coming back. Ian Hamilton will be back. How about Yondris Gomez over the weekend?
Yeah,
did you guys catch? How about a little shout out to him?
Mm-hmm,
3 strikeouts. I mean, he looked unhittable. I can't wait to see him come back. It's
going to be a phenomenal bullpen piece. Phenomenal piece coming out the pen. That kid, great stuff.
Exactly. We got guys down there that are on fire. I mean, we're not even mentioning Will Warren and Clayton Beater. I mean, we got a whole plethora of guys just waiting to come up. And luckily for us, we've been fairly healthy. So that's a good thing. So I'm just, looking forward to the series. Grace, you're going to love to hear this. I'm predicting Stanton to go crazy in Anaheim. He's going to go crazy.
There we go. Let's go. I know
I say
Damien
5 home runs over the 3 games.
I know Damien's having some technical issues right now. I'm waiting for him to rejoin. I'm gonna just switch up the panel until Damien comes back and joins us real quick. So let me switch this up right here. Grace, let's get your take on what Chris had to say, and I'm gonna bring up our good friend Javier to join us. And then we got Caputo who just joined in the back. Caputo, I'll get to you in a sec, but go ahead, Grace. Let's get your take.
All I was going to say was, who is to say I don't want to take anything away from the pitching staff and what they've been doing and what they've accomplished, but who's to say that if Garrett Cole wasn't giving 100% of his attention to all these pitchers, helping them constantly, giving them advice, watching each and every pitch, analyzing everything from the dugout, that they would be doing as well as they're doing? Who's to say? Like, we don't know. The fact that Garrett Cole hasn't been worrying about his games, his starts, right? And he's been totally lending all of his energy to the staff. And Chris said, functioning as a second pitching coach. Who's to say if we'd be having the success we'd be having if Garrett Cole was pitching in his own starts and worrying about himself? Now, he always helps, but he doesn't get to help 100% like he does now.
It's different now.
So, I mean, it is a big deal that we have had him there. Not only that we've had him there, but that he's been willing to extend himself so far to the staff. That is something that cannot be bought. That is his personality. That is his intangible qualities. That is his leadership ability. That has nothing to do with his ability to throw the ball on the mound. He is truly a Yankee through and through. He loves the team. He loves the franchise. He's been waiting for this his whole life. He would give anything to get that ring. And it's obvious.
Yeah, facts. Damien, I'm going to toss it over to you because I know your time may be limited right now, brother. So let's get your take on what Chris was talking about before I bring up the next person to join the open panel, my bro.
First and foremost, man, DJ LeMahieu coming back into the fold obviously lengthens the lineup. I mean, think about it. Gleyber Torres could be actually hitting 9th in this lineup with DJ coming back. That's scary. That's crazy. So, man, the offense is looking potent. And Garrett Cole, looking at the Luis Hill start, Garrett Cole's the one who told Trevino to go do the mound visit. Not Matt Blake, not Booney. It was Garrett Cole that said, Trevi, go do that mound visit. So you literally have another pitching coach. We already know what Garrett Cole is probably going to do when he retires. He'll be the Yankees pitching coach. He's going to be with the organization for the rest of his life. But, man, I mean, what can you say? DJ's coming in the fold. Everybody give him a shot. Don't, I've seen people say I'm going to give him a week. Come on, let's be serious right now. Give DJ his time. DJ will do his thing. Don't be down and out on him after 1 week, after a couple games. The guy's going to need a little time. He missed, obviously, a big chunk of spring training and missed a big chunk of the season. So give him his time. But DJ will do all right. As long as we get the second half DJ, this team is – listen, offense, like you said, Hector, in the playoffs has been the issue. DJ comes all right. DJ comes back. Is DJ's second half. You put Gleyber at the 9-hole. Offense is no longer the issue in the playoffs. And damn right, pitching ain't the issue. So, we might see ourselves in the World Series as long as everything plays out just fine.
Yeah, definitely. So we're gonna bring up the rest of the people to join us on the open panel. We're gonna make it nice, smooth. Let me just switch things up real quick. Give me 1 second. Javi, we're gonna bring up Javi first. Javi, let me get a thumbs up, brother. It's my guy Javier Velez. Javi, how you feeling, bro?
I am so excellent. What up, my guys? Shout out to everyone in the chat. Thank you for having me. And
shout out to you.
Shout out to everyone in the chat. So, to follow up on Damien's point, I agree that Gleyber Torres should be moved to the 9th spot because face it, with DJ LeMahieu coming back, you need to like switch up the lineup. And Grace, you make a pretty good point on Torres screwing up in Sunday's game against San Diego. And Sierra, shout out to you, Javi, in the chat. Thank you so much. And the Padres, this should have been an opportunity for us to sweep. Although with the Gleyber Torres mistake on Sunday's game, we should have done it. And last week, Hector, I made a prediction that Stanton or Soto should hit a home run. Guess what happened?
They both did.
Giancarlo Stanton hit a home run on Thursday's game, so give me a shout out for that.
Yes. Javi, you got to give us the predictions right now, Javi. What predictions?
Yeah,
you got
what happens in Anaheim?
Who's hitting a home run?
I am making a prediction right now. I expect Soto, Judge, and Stanton to go batshit crazy in Anaheim.
Let's go, Javi. Let's go.
Javi, write it down. I'm gonna tell you this right now, Javi. If that happens on Thursday, this is what we're gonna start doing. If Javi's right, we're gonna start having a Javier prediction segment.
Let's
when
go.
Javier come up and he gives us our prediction on every episode. Javi, my man, I love you. Appreciate you always in the chat. Appreciate you always supporting as well, not only here but on Twitter and other platforms as well. Appreciate you, my guy, like always.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, Javi, you're more than welcome to come up here anytime. That's my guy, Javi. This is why we do the open panel, folks.
Right.
This is why we do the open panel, so every fan out there can have a place to come and give their take. And I just want to say something. I didn't want to point it out in the chat, but D-Rod and D's channel, they're going back and forth like, oh, you're D? So it all starts with the name. So shout out to D-Rod and D's channel. We got a bunch of D's in the chat. Shout out to my guy. So, now, I'm gonna bring up my favorite person in the world. This is my best friend. I want you guys to know this. This person I have a deep admiration for, right? And no, it's not Michael Caputo. I love him to death too. But I got to bring up my friend Sunil, right? Because he has it in his name. Sunil, Hector's favorite person in the world. I don't know what the rest of it say because I can't read past the fact. Hector's favorite Mavs fan. Go ahead, Sunil. My favorite Mavericks fan in the world.
Yeah. Right back at you too. First of all, you're the one who's basically blabbering all that. I didn't even say a word yet. I was gonna keep completely quiet about that. But
bro, you say it in our group chats. I'm in like 6 or 8 different group chats with you, and every time you put something about the Mavs, I gotta get 8 different notifications from Sunil. I get it. I know the Mavs are winning, Sunil.
Yeah, but that's just half my parlay that I had for the NBA bracket challenge, man. I was really hoping it would be Knicks Mavs, but like every New York sports fan says, Buck Boston.
Let's get fucking false. Let's get your take when it comes to this series against the Angels. What's your thoughts, Sunil?
Sweep starting off. As far as home runs go, the 3-headed monster, they're going to go off. Judge, Soto, Stanton. Okay. Stanton, I wouldn't be surprised if we see 2 games of multi-home runs, whether it be 2 or 3.
Let's go.
And then, of course, I'm going to have Crazy Girl up in the corner over there, drive up to you and basically set you straight.
Me?
Me? What I do? Listen, I'm behaving. Everybody's behaving up here. Sunil, last take before I let you go, bro. Take a guess. When do you think Garrett Cole will be back? In the middle of June, end of June, beginning of July? What are you thinking?
I'm feeling like, it's in a month, in the end of June. End of June.
Copy.
Yeah. Right before 4th of July.
This is our good friend Sunil, aka my favorite Mavericks fan in the world. My friend Sunil. Sunil, how do you pronounce your last name? I always meant to ask you that. I don't want to butcher it.
Yeah, it's Sidwani.
Sidwani? Okay. I always like to make sure I can pronounce people's last names. Sunil, appreciate you. I'll see you out here on these Twitter streets. I may not have a pregame or postgame tonight just because I'm doing the Dot Gooding event in Queens and I got to be up dumb early so I can be at that event tomorrow.
I don't know how late I'm going to be up tonight either because we had some crazy weather shit over here with all the crazy howling winds, thunderstorms, some internet and power outages. So it's been a crazy morning.
Well, you be safe out there. I don't need to see Sunil in the remake of The Wizard of Oz, so don't get sucked up by any tornadoes, right, Sunil? Love you, my guy.
You'll probably be seeing Grace as the Wicked Witch of the West.
No, well, first of all, as I let him go. First of all, put some respect. Her name is fucking Elphaba. All right, that's her name. Her name is fucking Elphaba. Okay, she is from the movie fucking Wicked. Have some respect. Put some respect on Elphaba's name. That's all I'm gonna say. If you haven't seen the movie, the musical Wicked, I advise you guys. It's one of my favorites out there in the world. Fuck out of here, shitting on Elphaba. What's wrong with you?
I'm like, I'll get you, my pretty.
Oh man!
Don't make me throw out my Wicked Witch impression because I got one.
Shout out, my friend Erica. Erica says my predictions is I will be asleep before the 5th inning of every game. LOL. West Coast trips are the worst. Yeah. Shout out to you, Erica. So we're gonna bring up our friend Caputo. We're gonna get ready to wrap things up. Caputo, and then we got NFE. We're gonna bring up NFE as well. Caputo, there he is with the thumbs up. Caputo, my guy. How you feeling, bro?
I'm good. How you doing?
You good? All right, let's get your predictions, bro. You been listening to the convo. I don't. Let's get your predictions, baby boy.
No, man. I think we're going to sweep. I think it's going to be a sweep.
Yep.
And I think the starting rotation is amazing. I forgot to talk about Luis Hill on the last video. I think this kid is unbelievable. I think when Garrett Cole comes back, you're going to see, I think maybe the best 1-2 punch in baseball with Cole and Hill. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait to see it. And Cole should be back. I'm going to say, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I'm going to say for the Dodgers series. Hey, Erica, shout out to you and everybody on there, and Grace and Hector and Damian and TJ Steele and everybody. But yeah, I think Cole and Cole and Hill is going to be the best 1-2 punch in baseball. I think it's going to be call me crazy, but
now this is the question I got to ask you because in the off season, right? And Damian was here, TC and Grace or whatever. In the off season, right? I know you was feeling a certain way about the Yankees. I coined you as you guys know the Mad Rapper from like the Big E's series and stuff. Oh, yeah, I coined you the Mad Yankee fan. You remember that when I coined you the Mad Yankee fan?
I know what the Mad Rapper is.
How are you feeling right now? The New York Yankees have the second best record in all of baseball, number 1 in the American League. How are you feeling right now with this team, with this starting staff, with this lineup? Give us your honest opinion, Caputo.
All right, I'll give you my honest opinion. I think my honest opinion is the Yankees are a World Series contender. And I think, how about start the playoffs right now?
Okay. That's my guy. That's my guy.
Caputo, they have enough? You think they have enough to win the World Series? There's nobody else they need to get?
No, I think we got everything we need. We just need a lefty reliever. That's it.
Okay.
So just a lefty like a Tanner Scott. Go ahead, Grace.
I was gonna say, what about Efros? Isn't he lefty? He's coming back, right?
No, he's right.
I don't know about
he's righty. He's a righty.
He's righty. Oh, never mind. We
still
need a lefty.
If he comes back at September, probably.
Well, I'll tell you this: Efros would be a better choice out the bullpen than a fucking Danny Santana. I'll tell you that. I'd rather have Efros than Danny
Santana's
Santana.
Been good.
Poor
Santana. He's been good.
He's trying.
He's trying.
I think this team can win the World Series. It's I can't believe that I still can't believe that we're playing great without Garrett Cole. The rotation. I can't believe that they met expectations like this. It's almost like a dream. It's a dream. I can't believe this team is. This is the best team I've seen since 2009.
Yeah.
Right.
So what do we do with Gleyber? Are you good? Are you good with Gleyber, or are you? You've had enough?
Gleyber Torres could. I don't know. I was gonna say put him on the bench, but
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of Gleyber Torres fans on here, and Sierra. I know Sierra loves Torres. I don't know with Torres. I don't like his defense. His defense is awful.
Yeah.
All right. I just want to shout out a few people in the chat. My guy Aaron Rodgers, I just made you a moderator. My guy, welcome to the mod squad. I had to make Aaron Rodgers a moderator. Also, I had to make Big Time Jerry. How can I not have Jerry Cadell as a moderator on my channel? What is wrong with me?
Shame on you.
Shame on me. Big Time Jerry, I just made you a moderator.
You met that guy. You guys are best friends. What are you talking about?
I gotta give it to my guy Javier Velez. I just gave Javier Velez a wrench as well. Like I always say, folks,
even though he has no idea what the heck the wrench means.
I know. For everybody out there, right? When you guys become moderators of the chat, right? I make everybody, each one of you guys moderators because I appreciate you guys in the chat. Always, if somebody is violating the terms and services of YouTube, they can get out of here. If somebody's being disrespectful to anybody that's on the panel or in the chat, you can boot them the fuck out of here. We don't tolerate that. Now, if you and somebody else in the chat disagree on a take, don't delete their comment. Don't remove them from the chat. That's not what the moderator wrench is for. The moderator wrench is for to keep in line people that violate the terms and services of our YouTube, of our X feed, of our feeds just in general. And also, we don't want people to be disrespectful to anybody that's on the panel or anybody that's on the chat. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys that are in there as moderators. Caputo, my brother, I'm gonna let you go because we got NFE and then we go to wrap things up, brother. I appreciate you like always. And again, my guy Caputo got some fans in the chat. Shout out to Michael Caputo. Love you, bro.
Let's go, Caputo.
That's my guy, Caputo. So I'm gonna bring up my guy NFE. NFE just let's see. There he is. This is my guy right now. Let me get a thumbs up, NFE. There he is. NFE in the strike zone. Damn, I know you gotta
real quick,
get out of here, brother.
Grace, Heck, TC, NFE, my guy. Everybody in the chat, have a great day. I'll see y'all later. Yankees sweep. Let's go.
Dame, appreciate you, bro. You be safe out there, my guy. NFE, what's good, brother? Let's get your take. First of all, congratulations on that interview. A fucking phenomenal interview. I was in there for a little bit, was able to tune in. Awesome stuff, my guy. Appreciate you. Shout out to Nathan as well for setting that up. And also, guys, if you guys put your thoughts and prayers in the chat for our friend Nathan Ramachandra at the moment. His grandfather passed away, and it's just sad news. It's just a sad time. So if you guys can, just thoughts and prayers in the chat for our friend Nathan. That's our guy. If you can, and like like Samantha T in the chat, no personal attacks on anyone in the chat. Absolutely, we don't tolerate that. We don't allow no personal attacks on anybody. Don't care if you don't disagree with somebody, cool. You don't disagree with. I mean, you don't agree with them, but no personal attacks. We don't need none of that. NFE, my guy, let's get your takes, baby.
I mean, I'm loving this team right now. I mean, the starting rotation's just been on fire. They're 19 games over 500. I mean, what more can you ask for from the New York Yankees, especially with some of the key guys missing? Although, DJ's coming back today, so he'll be in the lineup. They should sweep the Angels. I mean, there's really not a reason why they shouldn't, but you never know. It is baseball. Anything can happen. But I am expecting a sweep, so they should absolutely sweep the Angels.
I just got two chats I want to bring up. My guy Jay said with the fire live, appreciate you, Jay. And D-Rod, what a dick. He says NFE replacing the other guy in the car. That's hilarious. Yeah, I love D-Rod. Shout out to you, D-Rod. Again, D-Rod, shout out to you. Appreciate you always being in the chat. One of the first supporters out there. But NFE, like the question that was going around, let's get your take with Garrett Cole and his rehab. When do you think Cole will be back? I know the starting staff is pitching phenomenally. There's no reason to rush him back. When do you think Cole will be back, bro?
If I had to guess, man, and it's just a prediction, I wouldn't be surprised if he comes back in July. Just because he did miss some time, right? He wasn't able to really throw a ball for 3-4 weeks, so. He's got to get some rehab games in. I think July makes the most sense to me, although he did say that, he's not going to rule out coming back in June. But I think just to be on the safe side, I think July for me, but that's when I think he'll be back. But we'll just have to wait.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to throw it over to TC real quick. TC, let's get your take, bro. When it comes to Garrett Cole, is there a reason to rush him? Let's get your take on that real quick, and I'll throw it over to Grace, and then I'll get NFE's last take before we let him go.
No, I mean I've said this probably a couple weeks ago. I said there's no reason to rush him back. I don't think we need him until after the All-Star break. Honestly, I think our staff has been great. You know, knock on wood that they all stay healthy and keep up this pace. Cole is, you know, he's active out there, you know, being a coach, and that helps as well. We've already brought that up. So let him keep doing that. Just take it easy. We don't need him right now. We need him in September, October. That's when we really need him. So just take it easy. You know, if he's not feeling, I mean, he knows his body. He's not going to be listening to, you know, all this outside interference. I mean, he knows his body. He knows when he'll be ready. So I just want him to take it easy. I know he's faced some live batters and you know, he's ramping up. I don't know, you know, how many pitches he's doing nowadays, but I would just be on that pace and ramp up until after the All-Star break. I mean, we got June, July. We're doing fine. Our staff is great. So, you know, I don't want another, you know, setback and then he's done for the season. That's what I do not want to see. So, I'm fine at late, you know, after All-Star break. That's where I see it. Yeah.
I'll toss it over to Grace so to get her take when it comes to that. But like D-Rod says, let's not confuse disagreements with personal attacks. Absolutely. TC tells me all the time when we're having the conversation about who's your favorite evolution. Is it Flareon? Is it Jolteon? Is it Vaporeon? Is it Espeon? Is it Umbreon? I'm an Umbreon fan. I like Umbreon. Who? I think he's the best out of the evolutions. TC, he likes Jolteon. And this is the thing. We can have these disagreements. We can have these and we can still be friends. Go ahead, Grace. Let's get
I have no idea what he's talking about.
I'm a Charizard kind of gal, but okay. So I think, I definitely think there's no reason to rush Cole back. And why, you know, just let him take all the time he needs. And when he comes back, he's going to be the best pitcher in the MLB. And I'm eyeing the Tampa Bay series at home, which is right after the All-Star break. It is the All-Star break. Then the first series we have at home is Tampa Bay. I think that he'll be back for that series. It's going Tampa Bay at home into the Mets at home. They suck. So I think that'd be a good time to plug Garrett Cole right back in. He can start against Tampa Bay and the New York Mets. Easy street. And then we go on the road against Boston. Cole always pitches really well against Boston. So I could see that being when he comes back in. And it is the week of the All-Star break. So I agree with TC. Don't rush him. And I kind of see that as where he's going to come back in. Just based on absolutely nothing except my feeling.
Yeah. D-Rod. Yeah, no, my blood sugar's good right now, bro. Yeah. And D's channel says, did Grace just say a Pokemon character? Absolutely. This is what we do on this show. We talk sports, Power Rangers, and Pokemon. We switch it up. I'm going to kick it back over to my guy, my brother, NFE. NFE, again, congratulations on 600 subs, right? Congratulations on this dope interview you had today. For those that are in the chat, if you guys aren't following my guy NFE in the Strike Zone, please go follow my guy. He has amazing lives, amazing conversation. Also joins us on the X Spaces as well. But NFE, if you had one thing you can add to this team and then go into the postseason, what's the one thing you think this team needs right now? And then I'll let you go and then we wrap things up.
Appreciate the love there, Hector. Thank you so much. It means a lot, man. So thank you guys. Thank you. So if there's one thing that this team needs, a lefty reliever. You know, I know Caputo said it, but I would say that's the one thing that they definitely need. So pitching for the bullpen is what I think. I think they're fine at as far as their lineup goes with the bats. I think they are pretty well set up there. You know, they have a lot of options there, but I would say a lefty reliever, man, is what I think they need.
Yeah, same. I think we're all in agreements. I think everybody on Yankees Twitter is on agreements on that. That's the one thing that I think this team needs. When you look at it, there's one player that's the perfect option. Tanner Scott from the Miami Marlins. He may cost us an arm and a leg, but if he's available, try to get him. NFE, my brother, appreciate you, my guy. like always, go ahead, NFP. My fault. You have one more thing to say? My fault.
I was gonna say I have another player that I'm interviewing this afternoon or this evening, depending on whatever your time zone is, and then tomorrow at noon I'm gonna have Jim Lawrence on the show. So
Copy.
Hope you all tune in. So shout out. He set all that up, mind you.
Yeah.
So that's my guy and Nathan. We're thinking of you. So
yeah, shout out to Nathan. One of the first interviews that I ever had with a baseball player was with Jim Lawrence. Shout out to my guy Mikey Mazza. Me and Mazza did that on his channel. I saw Jim at Yankee Stadium opening day. I've seen him a bunch of time at the stadium. He spends a lot of the time with the bleacher creatures. So shout out to Jim Lawrence. He's an honorary bleacher creature. He be out there with the creatures heavy. But again, NFE, appreciate you, brother. Make sure you guys go and follow my guy NFE from the Strike Zone. And again, like always, great conversation. Love being able to chop it up with my friend Grace, my friend TC, and my friend Damian Serrano. TC, what's your last thoughts? And we'll throw it over to Gracie Poo.
Just looking forward to the series out here. You know, I want to hang out with my Yankee fans out in the stadium. Hopefully I get out there one of these games and just watch a Yankee massacre. And I'm counting on Stanton. I really I just have a feeling he's going to go crazy this series. I mean, I know Soto and Judge will probably get theirs, but I really think that it's great weather out here. Tonight it's going to be perfect. So I think that's just home run weather. Stanton's just going to go crazy. He's been hitting the ball hard. I mean, he's just missing so many of them. I mean, he could have probably 20 home runs by now. So, yeah, he's going to have a great series. I think we're looking for an easy sweep. And, you know, shout out to everybody that showed up on the open panel. You know, props to all you guys. And, you know, another great show.
Yeah, great show. Go ahead, Grace. I'll toss it over to you for your final words for the beautiful people in the chat.
I'm excited about this week. I think we're going to do really, really well. I think last year the West Coast trip was a total disaster. Nobody, it shall not be named. It's like Voldemort, what happened on the West Coast trip last year. This year, it ain't the same. This 2024 Yankees ain't the 2023 Yankees, okay? We gave everybody in the league a year off. Guess what? We're back, bitch. So let the West Coast know the East Coast boys are in town and we're about to wreck. So, and I think Luis Hill is going to pitch a no-hitter. Write it down.
Facts. Mark it in your calendars, like Grace Monroe said. We got some fortune tellers. We got Grace Monroe. We got Javi Velez, the fortune tellers of the chat. Javi says, "Thanks for having me on. On one hand, I should be a freaking fortune teller for this show. Absolutely, Javi. We named you the fortune teller. Our guy Javier." Sunil says, "Sports, Power Rangers, Pokemon, and Cobra Kai." I think the last part. I think Sunil's the only person that talks about Cobra Kai. The funny thing is that we have a producer. We have somebody who has a show on this channel on Friday who's a producer for Cobra Kai, and they don't even talk Cobra Kai on the show. So I think Sunil is the only person that talks Cobra Kai on the channel. Wow. Shout out to Erica who says, "Play a prayer circle for Ronald Acuna." By the way, hate to see a guy of that caliber be stricken with injuries. And sad. It is the same knee. It is the same tear in his right knee that he had before with the ACL. So hopefully Ronald Acuna is able to come back. Phenomenal player. You hate to see injuries take away such a great player. He was on the trajectory for the Hall of Fame. He had an amazing season last year. Was it 60, 70? Was it 60 or 70 stolen bases or some shit like that? So shout out to Ronald Acuna. Hopefully he's able to recover and hopefully he's able to be back. And shout out to everybody that's in the chat. I know I say it all the time. Shout out to Ra. I haven't seen you in a minute. I hope all is well. But I always say it in the chat to everybody that's in the chat. This show, we wouldn't be able to have these conversations without the chat. Right? We wouldn't be able to be going back and forth and having great conversations without the chat. I wouldn't be able to do this without Grace, without TC, or without Damien. So I appreciate all of you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you guys who contribute to the show. But like always, let's go Yankees. Let's go Yankees. Gleyber Torres, go to betterhelp.com so you can speak to a therapist. So you could work out this issue that you're having in your head because we all want to see you succeed. But until next time,
too far.
You can go to Disneyland. How about Disneyland? Disneyland's down the street. You can go, go there for the game. He doesn't need to show up.
Personally, I like Universal Studios better because it has the ET ride. I'm a big fan of the ET ride. That's me personally. Everybody's different. But again,
not far. You can go.
Let's go, Yankees. Drink some water. Say something positive about yourself. And until Thursday, doses, familias.